Hi Gastro Pals, it's Tiny Small Fry here again. Hope you're keeping safe and well. I know I'm trying to. Well, it's been a bit chilly down here the past few days, so I've decided to do a beef stew. Now I know I've done beef stew before, but this one is going to be for those people following the keto diet. So we're going to be using xanthum gum to thicken the stew rather than corn flour. Let's go to the kitchen, fire up the Ninja and get started. So we've pre-prepared our veg mix of carrot, swede, leek and onion. We've also diced a red pepper and a courgette. We've also roughly chopped 4 large field mushrooms. On our Ninja's front panel we select sear and saute and press start as the setting's already on high. So I'm going to start off with a few pumps of spray oil just to grease the pan so we can cook our bacon. Once we've cooked our bacon, we're going to bring it out, chop it up and set it to one side ready for when the stew's finished, and we'll just add it in as a garnish at the very end for those people that want it. Another advantage of cooking the bacon in the Ninja is that it imparts the smokiness of the bacon into the cooking oils, which will then actually infuse itself throughout the entire flavour of the stew. So now the bacon's cooked, we're going to set it off to one side, chop it up, and we'll put it in right at the very end. So now we're going to add in our beef cubes in small batches at a time just to get them nice and brown. I'll only show you me cooking one batch of the beef cubes because otherwise it'd get a little bit boring. So that's all our beef cubes browned now. I'm just going to take those out and set them to one side. Well, they'll come back in a little while. I'm just going to add in now a couple of sticks of butter, ready to cook our veg. So firstly, in we go with 2 stalks of finely chopped celery. Now I'm going to add half of the onion from our stew mix that I put together earlier. And finally, half of the field mushrooms. And now we're going to add in 2 cloves of crushed garlic. And now we're just going to add in some extra butter just to fry off the garlic a little bit. Now our veg and garlic are cooked through. Just going to lift them out and add a bit more butter in, ready to add in our xanthum gum. And we need 2 teaspoons of this, so I'm just going to add 1 teaspoon into the butter and just stir it in for a bit. Now I'm going to add in 1 glass of red wine, just to thin out the xanthum gum. Now I'm going to add in my second teaspoon of xanthum gum and mix that into it. Now unfortunately it seems to have gone a bit claggy, so I might have to get a silicone whisk and give it a bit of a whisking in a minute. And now we're going to add in our beef stock. Now we add in a whole 500ml carton of passata. And now we're just going to stir the passata into our red wine and stock mix. And now we're going to add our beef back in. Followed by our celery, onions and mushrooms that we cooked earlier. Then we add in our mix of carrot, swede, the remaining onions and the leeks. And of course, let's not forget our courgette and red pepper. And finally, our remaining field mushrooms. And now we just need to stir it all together and bring it to a rolling simmer. It's now time to put the lid on, set the vent to open, and on the front panel of our Ninja we need to select slow cook and press start, as the time will already be 4 hours and the temperature high. The stew's been in the slow cooker for nearly 4 hours now, and there's nothing to stop you having this stew if you're not on a keto diet. It's really just the thickening agent. I'm using xanthum gum instead of corn flour. The rest of all the ingredients are keto friendly and the sort of ingredients you'd eat anyway. In actual fact, the rest of my family are having theirs with mashed potato. I'm just having mine with cauliflower rice. So we'll go back and see if it's done. It smells good, but the vegetables feel a little bit too firm to touch, so I think what I'm going to do is put it on to pressure cook for 10 minutes and see what it's like then. Always remember to set the valve to shut. So with the valve on the lid set to shut, we select pressure and start, because the default time for pressure cooking is 10 minutes. So our 10 minutes is up, and we've opened the valve and we're just waiting for the little red button to drop, and then hopefully everything will be cooked and we can get it served up onto a plate. So that extra 10 minutes of pressure cooking has made all the difference. The carrots are now nice and tender. So here it is, our keto beef stew with cauliflower rice. Bon appetit.